Welcome, Earthly Souls, to my channel, Earthly Soul Tarot. My name is Daniel. Thank you so much for being with me here today for your collective reading, my loves. I hope you guys have had an amazing week. I hope you're having a great Friday, and I hope that this weekend treats you even better. All right, you guys, let's jump in. We're going to go into the Oracle and see what specific energy your guides have for you right now at the time you're viewing this reading. This is going to be your overall supporting energy. It could be the supporting energy of the reading. It could just also be an energy that is very apparent to you right now, or something that you've been dealing with or focusing on. So let's go ahead and see what the energy is. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. What messages do we have for the collective today? What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to focus on at the time they are watching or listening to this reading? All right, you're getting 2 cards. Releasing and go for it. Okay, wow, that's very similar energy here. So there's definitely something you've been wanting to do. Maybe you've been thinking about it for some time now, and now it's finally the time to kind of like, I want to say like pull the plug, right? Not in a bad way, but like pull the plug on it and just go for it. Which is literally what your guides are telling you to do. So, ooh, okay. This is exciting energy, my loves. Let's see if we can get more details on what this could have to do with. And I'm going to just put them side by side here for now. Releasing and go for it. All right, spirits, we are going into this reading with the tarot. Let's see what details spirit can provide. By the way, you guys, do you like my new cards? They're so freaking cool. I got these on Whatnot from a small seller, and they're just the most beautiful cards ever. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Anyway, let's jump into the tarot and see what details we can get about this. So, Spirit, what does this release have to do with the Queen of Wands? The 6 of Swords. I feel like whatever release this is, it's not a release of let's go. It's more of a release of, okay, finally, like the conclusion. You know what I mean? Because with the 6 of Swords, I'm getting the energy of like finally reaching an end goal and being able to actually enjoy it now. With the Queen of Wands, I do see you being very persistent, very focused, very driven. Queen of Pentacles, very focused, very driven, very stable. And the 10 of Pentacles. What on earth is going on in your energy right now, collective? What have you been working towards? Whatever it is you've been working towards in the recent past, or at the time right now that you are listening to this reading, it's huge. This could be something that has to do with your career for some of you. But whether or not it's career focused or not, it's going to bring you a lot of stability, a lot of financial resources. I am seeing that heavily seeing financial resource. The Knight of Wands is at the bottom of the deck for you. So this is kind of like, it's been a supporting energy for you. And it goes hand in hand with the Queen of Wands, where you have like this fiery drive, and you haven't lost that. You have not lost that. And I feel like right now with the whole releasing energy and the go for it energy, I feel like your guides are like, okay, you're ready for the final step in regards to something. Page of Wands, a lot of fiery energy, you guys. A lot of fiery, but earth energy. So it's like there's a lot of rushing energy, not in a bad way. A lot of like very determined and direct energy, but it's also very stable. It's such a nice balance. That's what I'm seeing here, a really nice balance. It's like the scales have been balanced, so now it's time to reap what you've sowed, which is very beautiful. Sorry, guys, my dog is decided to lay on my ring light. Out of all the places he could lay, he's laying on the ring light. Oh, Titus. The 7 of Pentacles. What didn't I not just say reaping what you've sowed? The 7 of Pentacles popping out right there to confirm that. Okay, this is huge. A lot of you guys are, I don't know why I just heard the word retirement. For some of you, for those of you who have been thinking about retiring, this has to do with that for sure, because that word just came into my head out of nowhere. It's not something I ever think about. The Four of Cups, some of you may not want to though. There's like an energy of like peace coming your way, but some of you are choosing to, you know, continue to work or continue, you know, you don't want to stay kind of like stuck is what I'm seeing here. Because there's like an energy of like universe is like, hey, here's a reward, you're done. But some of you, in fact, most of you, I'm going to call you guys out. Most of you you're like, no, I don't want to be finished with this. I want to continue to work. I want to continue working. I want to continue this journey. And I feel like that has to do with a lot of like this fiery energy. It's like a fire that doesn't want to go out. But at the same time, you're being given stability. You're being given, I just realized I'm not wearing bracelets. That's so weird. You're being offered stability, but some of you aren't wanting to take that. It's not that you don't want to be stable. It's more so like you don't want to feel like you're settling. Spirit guides, what else do we need to know? Hold on, okay. The Six of Cups, and let me see what card fell on the floor for you, and the Two of Cups. Okay. All right. Some of you could be thinking about a past relationship or a past connection that you had. I don't know. This is weird energy. It's like for some reason you want to go back to something. There's like this longing energy of going back and revisiting either a person or a relationship and trying again. Like I said, your guides are like offering you like this closure, but for some reason you're not wanting to take it, which is very strange. I wonder why. I feel like there's maybe a little bit of struggle here when it comes to your attachments. You could be someone that's very attached to things and to people. So you struggle to let go, and you don't like feeling like you're settling. Again, you don't like feeling like you're settling because you could be a fire sign. I could be talking to a fire sign here. You don't like to settle. Let's see what else we can get about this energy. The Five of Cups. Yeah, you don't want to leave this behind. It's like you don't really want to move on from something. And I feel like that could potentially stop you from, you know, releasing. You literally pulled releasing as your very first card of your reading. And so your guides kind of are guiding you towards that. But there's a little bit of a blockage here when it comes to that. So I do feel like overall this is going to be like kind of your main obstacle for the time right now, for the time being. Whoa. Okay. Spirit guides. I'm going to grab the cards that fell on the floor. The Ace of Swords, like I said, your guides are offering you a new beginning here. But the Emperor, but you're stuck. You're married to this energy. It's like you don't want to move from your throne. Like you're comfortable. You know what I mean? You're comfortable already. So why would you want to embark on a new journey? Why would you want to finish this chapter? Because finishing a chapter only means that you have to start a new one. And so I feel like you're someone that doesn't really like that. You could be someone that doesn't really like change, but aside from the fact that you don't like change, you also don't like to leave things behind. So it's like you know what I mean? It's like a double, I don't even know how to say it. You guys know what I mean. So but at the same time, you don't like to settle. So it's such a contradicting energy. I don't know. It's like you don't like to have the same things over and over again, but you also don't like change. The Devil's popping up here, and I feel like that's, again, something that you struggle with. This could have been something you've struggled with for your whole life even, okay? This could be very deeply rooted, like, from your childhood. It could be a trauma or a coping mechanism that you've learned to develop over time. But whatever it may be, collective, I do feel like it's something that's holding you back a little bit from your true, you know, from a new revelation, from a new journey that could be very healthy for you. Spirit, can we get any advice? The Empress is coming up here. It's so funny because the Empress is coming up for advice for the Emperor. I feel like there's something here where you need to listen to your inner voice more. You need to listen to your heart more. I feel like you're somebody that loves to be very practical. You have a very logical brain. You tend to use like that certain side of your brain a lot, but the other side, you don't pay attention to it much. You don't pay attention to your emotions. I feel like maybe you don't listen to your feelings a lot. You could even be someone that's very, just sweep your feelings under the rug and just get your work done, and that's it. And that's what brings you joy, which is fine. But remember that balance is key here. And you need to have that balance, collective. You need to have that balance in order to help yourself face the emotional issues that you have to deal with as well. It's not just physical issues that need to get done. We have a whole inner reality inside ourselves. And if we don't face that inner reality, then what are we here for? You know what I mean? Like, why are we even doing the work that we do? Why do we even talk to the people we talk to if it's not for our inner world benefit? You know what I mean? I hope you guys get what I'm coming at. But I feel like your guides are calling you to look inside a little bit. Maybe, sit with yourself and sit with your emotions, as uncomfortable as it may feel, because there are a lot of answers within you, and you have the power inside to move on from things. You have the power, again, the Three of Swords coming up here as confirmation for that. You have the power to let go of this inner pain that you may be dealing with, but you won't notice that power. You won't come face to face with that power unless you meet it, unless you meet yourself inside, unless you communicate with your guides, or unless you communicate with your inner child, with your higher self, with your subconscious. And so I feel like a lot of you may be neglecting your spiritual journey a little bit, or your emotional journey. You don't have to be someone that's spiritual at all, but you do have to be emotionally in touch with yourself. You know what I mean? So that's definitely something you're being called to do right now, my loves. What else is coming up here? The Three of Cups. Lean into support. I feel like you have people around you that are willing to be there for you. They're willing to hear you out. They're willing to hear you out and help you out. I feel like a lot of people around you are waiting to hear from you, and you're kind of ghost, not gonna lie. If you have people that have been texting you and you haven't responded, please respond to them. I feel like they really want to hear from you. They really love you. They admire you. They want to know what's going on in your life. And I know you probably tend to be a hermit, so it's not something that they're mad at you for, but, it'd be nice, to hear from you. I feel like you think people think less than they really do of you. I hope that made sense. But you might feel like people don't really love you as much as they actually do. And so you'd be surprised to know, King of Cups at the bottom of the deck, wanting to reassure you there, that people think highly of you. People see you as somebody that's very, emotionally together. Whether or not you actually are, they see you that way. And so you have a lot of support around you, is what I want to say. So your guides really want you to lean into that support. Remember that the more love we give out, the more love we receive. Let's see. One last message, Spirit, before we move on to your last oracle of the reading. One last message for the collective. Oh, sorry, guys. I messed everything up. And you're getting the Two of Pentacles. Like I said, balance is key, my loves. You're doing great with the physical side. You're doing great with your tasks. You're getting stuff done. Again, you've done the work. The work has been done. But there's inner work to be done too. And I don't feel like you have gotten there yet. I don't feel like you've started. My loves, I'm so sorry. I ended the reading and then I realized that my phone actually died. Thank goodness, though, that, it died much towards the end of the reading. So, as I was saying, with the Two of Pentacles, and look, I'm spoiling the last card. With the Two of Pentacles, there's a world inside yourself, collective, that you have not started to explore. So you're doing great on the physical side, as I was saying, but your spirit guides are really calling you to sit with yourself and communicate with your inner world, with your inner spirit, with your soul. We're not just meat and bones, you guys. We're not just meat and bones. We are entire universes. Okay, we have an entire universe inside of us, and so you're being called to kind of dive into that side of yourself a little bit. And by doing that, you're gonna balance the scales, okay? And you're gonna balance it, and there's gonna be a divine resolution. You guys, I pulled the last oracle for you, which was higher power. Surprise. kind of spoiled it in the beginning right there. But and I think this card, honestly, it ties in perfectly with what I've been saying, with what this reading has been saying, that there is a call here from your higher power. There is this energy inside you that is wow, my my throat chakra is wanting to be blocked. I'm telling you guys, there is a huge blockage in communication within you and your higher power. And so your guides want you to focus on connecting with your higher power. Meditate, pray, whatever it is that puts you in that flow state, that helps you communicate with yourself, with your emotions, and with your higher power, with your inner voice. Your guides are calling you to do that for the next few days, okay? And this energy here is going to help you tremendously. It's going to help you get to this finish line almost, and it's going to help you come to terms with the fact that it's time to release, and it's time to finally go for it. Go for the next chapter of your life, okay? No more fear, no more stagnancy, and no more blockages. Just pure communication between you and your guides, and a balance, right? A balance of physical work and emotional work. Because they're both work nonetheless, but they're both very necessary in order to complete, and to grow and flow as a human being, as a soul on this human experience. And yeah, guys, that is your reading. I hope that this reading resonated. I think it was such an amazing message. And please, I ask that you take this message seriously, you guys. Please listen to your guides. They're talking so clearly to you right now. And I hope that you listen, and I hope that you take the advice and take these steps necessary in order to, find that part of yourself. But yeah, guys, I love you so much. And again, I hope you have a great weekend. It's Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. If this reading resonated, please let me know in the comments. I want you to leave a bird emoji in the comments if you have reached all the way through. And also, hit that subscribe button, y'all. What are you doing? If this is like the second, third reading that you're watching of mine and you're not subscribed, come on now, subscribe. I would love to have you in this Earthly Soul community, you guys. I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, and go find me on TikTok as well, Earthly Soul Tarot. All right, you guys, enough of the promo. I'm gonna go eat my lunch. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys on the next one, okay? Stay safe.